Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today I am back with a nail art video, and this is one I've been thinking about doing for a while, and since it's almost winter and like all that good stuff, I really wanted to make something that was kind of more like winter appropriate, but still with some cute colors like pink and purple and some glitter and stuff. So if you're curious to see how I made this, please keep on watching. So I started off with a base coat, and I had already painted my nails with a creamy white nail polish from Catrice Cosmetics, and I just used 2 coats of that, and I already added a layer of top coat as well. So what you want to do first, I actually used some water decals for this nail art. So I just picked 2 random ones which seemed really cute to me, and I just cut them out. I just used the regular scissors. You can actually use a really tiny like nail scissor if you'd like to use them, but I prefer using the bigger one just to cut them out. And what you want to do next is just trim the edges so you don't have any white pieces of paper left or like around your image you want to use as like decoration for your nail, because you won't really see the white because you won't be adding the paper, but I just don't want a lot of excess water decal hanging around my nail to clean up later. So when you've got them out, you just want to make sure you remove the transparent filter on top. But before you do that, you want to take a little cup, just fill it with some water. I just use the regular tap water. And then you can take off the transparent filter. Once you've taken that off, you can just simply dunk your water decal with the paper backing in the water and let it soak for about 20 seconds or something. I actually use some tweezers to swirl it around a little bit, and in between I check if it's ready yet to take off. I always try to peel off a little bit of the side with my finger because that works really well. But if it's not like done yet, just swirl it around a little bit more in the water before you take it off of the paper backing. And then you can just take it at a little edge or a little corner, just roll it up with your finger if that's easier. It was for me anyways. And if it's right or if it's soaked well enough, you can just slide it off of the paper. Then it's time to put it on your nail. I prefer putting it on with some tweezers to start off with, but I really like to just move it around with my finger a bit, since my finger is a lot softer than the pointy edges of the tweezer. And just push it down gently, make sure there's no water underneath the water decal as well, because you really don't want like little lumps and stuff like that. And just move it around until you're happy with it. If the water decal is a little bit too big for your nail, just take some nail polish remover or some acetone and remove it with a little nail art brush. You can work really precise with this, and it's just more easy than take scissors and just be all dangerous and cutting your finger and stuff. You really don't want that. Just take a little brush and some nail polish remover. It's way more safe. When you're done with the first one, just take the second one and just continue working on those. Trim the edges and dunk it in some water after you remove the clear filter again. This is kind of like the same step we already did, but I just wanted to show you one more time because I do get asked a lot if I wanted to make a video with water decals, because a lot of people actually don't know how it works. So that's why I'm showing you like twice in this video. So just remove the transparent filter, leave the paper backing on, and just dunk it in the water again to let it soak a little bit. Once it's ready to go, just peel it off of the paper backing and apply it to your nail as you'd like to. Just move it around a little bit, make sure it's just the way you want it to be. Sometimes water decals, especially with long nails as I have, it's kind of difficult to find water decals that fit perfectly. But if you have one that's just a little bit too small, just make sure you center it, so at least it's not in the center of your nail that it's too small. If you have a little bit too little of a water decal at the sides, that's no problem because you won't really see the sides that well anyways. And when your decals are on, I really love to apply a thick coat of top coat just to seal it all in, and don't forget to cap the edges as well. And as you can see, I really need to get myself a new top coat because this one is almost gone. Then for the other nails, I used some Catrice polishes, and the first one is this one. It's a really pretty one though, and I'm going to apply this to the pinky nail. Just take your time with this. As you can see, I'm always kind of shaky, my hands shake. Yeah, sometimes a lot. It kind of depends on how tired I am, if I'm hungry or stuff like that. But when you've put those two coats of nail polish on, while the paint is still wet, dip your finger in some pretty pink glitters and just tap it off. Press the glitter into the polish with your nail and just make a slight gradient effect with some remains of the loose glitter. Then it's time for the pointer finger, and I'm using another Catrice polish from the Moon Rock collection, and it's one that's more of a darker, like berry purpley color, and it actually has some tinsel glitter in it as well, and I think that just looks really nice, especially for the upcoming holidays. And just add 1 or 2 coats of this because you already started with a white base. You don't really need more than 2 coats. And if you made a little mistake, you can easily just get that off with your fingernail or just with a little brush with some acetone or nail polish remover. And that are the first 4 fingers. We're not quite done with the pointer finger and the thumb yet, because I'm going to add some little like rhinestone or like clusters of rhinestones. And the biggest one I'm going to add to the pointer finger. I just prefer dunking them into the wet polish, but you could also use just a little bit of like nail glue or something. This cluster of rhinestones actually stayed on for about 6 to 7 days. So just the night before I wanted to take this manicure off, it fell off. So it doesn't really need more of like glue and stuff like that. If you just dunk it into the wet polish, it stays put perfectly. Then for the thumb, I'm using a really light pink polish with a lot of shimmer in it. I just added 2 thin coats, and the same was for this finger as well as for the pointer finger. The rhinestone, or like the little snowflake with the rhinestone in it, I just dunked that into the wet polish on my thumb as well. And I actually prefer applying them with tweezers first and then just pressing them down with my finger and just move it around a little bit if it's necessary, because sometimes tweezers, especially when you're a little shaky as I am, I don't even know why I'm shaky, but I'm shaky all the time actually. But if you use tweezers, it can kind of slide around too much, and with your finger you can just add some pressure wherever you need it. And then with the same glitter as we used on the pinky nail, we're just going to tap on some loose glitter to make it kind of festive and like snowflakes, like pink snowflakes or something. And I just use a random brush to get rid of all the loose glitter. And that is actually the entire nail art. I really hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more water decal videos like this, please let me know in the comments down below, or let me know on my blog or Instagram or whatever. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.